Service on Christmas Eve, a week from today. It'll be at 5 p.m. And this is a family-friendly service, and everyone's welcome to attend. Please. And our December 31st Sunday service will be online only. It'll be a recorded service, and so that's because we'll be having the renovation and the painting going on over the holidays. So check your email announcements and the webpage for the service link for the New Year's Eve morning service. And it's a special New Year's Eve ritual led by Cosette. We appreciate it. For other important information about our vibrant community, please see your order of service. Or if you're on our email list, please check our monthly newsletter and weekly announcements. Whatever brought you to this place at this hour, we welcome you. May you find something you need, and may you leave richer in spirit than when you arrived.
On this gray and rainy day, I think the chalice light shines even more strongly. We light our chalice today as a reminder that the mysterious divine is always present. Present within us, within creation, and within the universe. The light is incarnate, filling us with hope and joy and peace. Let us share this incarnate light with each other and with the world. Please join me now in singing the words to lighting our chalice, the symbol of our faith. invite you now to please rise and body your spirit for our call to worship found in your order of service. Out of the depths unknown, the spark of life ignites, and we are born.
We enter a world, a universe not of our making. Our lives unfold in mystery and wonder.
Questions abound for which there are no definite answers.
And so we gather in community to seek in one another assurance and recognition and compassion and strength.
We gather in community to be reminded of what is most ultimate and what is most sacred. In the spirit of searching and of reverence, let us worship together this morning. Our first hymn is found in our gray hymnal, number 225, O Come, Emmanuel. Please be seated, and at this time we'll have our time for all ages.
Hey, how are you doing?
Well, good morning. So I have a little book I want to share with you, and it's called Snowflake Bentley. And it's written by Jacqueline Briggs Martin, illustrated by Mary Azarian. Okay, and it's about a real person. Now, have y'all, I know we don't get a lot of snowflakes in this area. Have y'all seen a snowflake real, like in live person? In real life, whatever is person? Anyone seen a real snowflake? No, yeah, we don't see them much. And we have some wonderful snowflakes. You are absolutely right, Harley. We have some snowflakes when we helped decorate the church a couple weeks ago. Yeah, you see the big white snowflakes? Well, this book is about a man named Bentley. And yes, are they unplugged? Oh, they're all plugged and looking good, yes. So Bentley was a man. Here's a picture of him. A long time ago, and he lived a long, long time ago, and he loved the snow. He lived somewhere where there's lots and lots of snow, and he loved to go out and look at all the snow, and he wanted to know more about all these wonderful snowflakes. Yeah. Do y'all like to play in the snow whenever we might get some? Yeah, I do too. And Bentley, all the times of the year, he liked to look at things in nature. Yes, there he is. He's looking at the flowers here. And if I can turn this page, you're going to help me there, honey? Thank you. I need some help turning that page, okay? And so one year, he decided, he had this camera. It's a kind of old, fancy camera they used to have like 100 years ago, okay? Long, long time ago, before anyone here was born. And he decided, what do you think he decided to do once he had that camera and he's out in the snow? What do you think he thought he might do with that? Yes, taking photos of the snow. And so he started taking photos of the snow, and then he started looking at them where they were magnified a lot bigger. You see these pictures? This is one snowflake. Every picture here has one snowflake. And it was very mysterious. What did he discover about the snowflakes? Did they all look the same? No? Do you know that all snowflakes are unique? Every single one looks different. Isn't that wild? Can you imagine that? Yes, if we've got lots of snowflakes, thousands and thousands and millions of snowflakes, they all look different. And so Bentley kept taking pictures of all these snowflakes throughout his life. And
keep falling down.
yes, I know.
One side is walked behind us, but
That is right. You are so smart. So he is, here's some of the pictures he's taken. And as he got older, and he had thousands and thousands of pictures of snowflakes, see, he's getting older, he ended up making a big display. And so there was this big art display with all the different snowflakes, so everyone could see how mysterious and wonderful they were. Everyone unique. So I think that's one thing that we can remember when we're out, whenever we might see snow, or if it's like just fake snow, if we're looking at pictures or little snowflakes around here, that every snowflake is unique and different. And that's just like you. All of you are unique and different and special. And there's this divine, wonderful light in each one of you that's all unique and special. So if we get to see some snow this winter, some real snow, what do you think you're going to do?
I can snow on the playground.
That's right. You're going to go play in the playground with it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Does that look like snow there, Honeydew? It's white as snow on my stole there. Yeah. Well, I hope that whenever you go out in the snow, whenever we have some, you'll remember that they're all unique and special, just like each one of you. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And as y'all head out, we have our going away song to sing in our printed in our order of service. Well, I won't pray for snow, but I do like a good little snow occasionally, so I'm hoping we'll have one at least this year. Not on a Sunday, okay, because I like being with all of you, but hopefully some other times. So as we enter into a time where we have prayers and thoughts and really help to focus ourselves, we come to our time for ritual and sacred sharing. We share our joys and our sorrows, but also concerns and milestones. So this week, we light a candle for Elaine, who is recovering from eye surgery and doing well and is actually back here with us, so glad you're here. For Jane, whose mother has been dealing with health concerns in recent weeks. For Bob from our Salisbury gathering, who had eye surgery or cataract removal this past week and is doing well. For the ongoing struggle for civil rights in Iran, for all areas of violence around the world, especially the war in Ukraine, for a just peace with the war in Israel and Palestine, for rising incidents of Islamophobia and anti-Semitism and all who've been impacted, for all who will be traveling within these coming days and for their safety. Now at this time, you are invited, if you would like to do so, to come forward and fill out a prayer card placed along our prayer wall over here. You may light your own candle of joy or concern, or simply drop a stone in our shared water. And I invite you to come forward along the aisle by the wall, and then come back to your seat as you're able to. Please come forward as you would like to do so. now light a few more candles for the things we hold in our hearts, which remain unspoken, and also for those who are joining us virtually to honor what is in their hearts as well. I invite us now into a time of quiet rest, meditation, or prayer. I will sound the singing bowl, which will be followed by silence, where I invite you to use that time to focus on what is in your inmost heart this morning and to be present with that. And after a period of silence, Anne will then lead us with our musical meditation.
Today's wisdom reading is actually two readings, one from the Christian New Testament and the other from Hebrew Scriptures. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the divine, and the Word was divinity itself. The Word was in the beginning with the divine. All things came into being through the Word, and without the Word, not one thing came into being. What has come into being in the Word was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overtake it. Proverbs chapter 8, verses 22 to 31 from the Hebrew Scriptures, the words of Sophia, also known as wisdom. The Lord created me at the beginning, the first of God's acts of long ago. Ages ago I was set up. At the first, before the beginning of the earth. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no springs abounding with water. Before the mountains had been shaped. Before the hills, I was brought forth. When God had not yet made earth and fields, or the world's first bits of soil. When the heavens were established, I was there. When a circle on the face of the deep was drawn, when the skies were made firm, when the fountains of the deep were established, when the sea was assigned its limit, so that the waters might not transgress. When the foundations of the earth were marked, then I was beside God like a master worker. And I was daily delight, playing always, playing in the inhabited world and delighting in the human race.
So as we continue to explore the theme of mystery during this month, today we are looking at the topic of incarnation. Now the word incarnation or incarnate gets used a lot at this time of year with the seasons of Advent and the season of Christmas. But for today, we will take a closer look at that word and especially how mystery infuses the entire concept of incarnation. Now, the understanding of incarnation has been narrowed to a very small focus. It's been narrowed to the divine spark existing in a historical figure of Jesus, or possibly a little bit broader understanding of a Christ figure, one who is awaited as a political savior from Roman oppression. However, Catholic monk and theologian Richard Rohr wrote these words. When we hear the word incarnation, most of us think about the birth of Jesus, but I want to suggest that the first incarnation was the moment described in Genesis 1 when God joined in unity with the physical universe and became the light inside everything. Became the light inside everything. Now, Rohr provides a theological understanding that is panentheistic, not pantheistic. Pantheistic is many gods or many divine figures. Panentheistic is this divine light or divinity within everything, all of creation, every creature. Rohr discusses how the divine light is present throughout all creation, every creature, from the moment of creation itself. He writes that incarnation is instead of this very narrow, limited view we've had, it's instead a vast and mysterious presence of divinity, one far beyond our limited human understanding. Now, our wisdom readings for today offer two selections from the biblical narrative which reference the mystery of incarnation. They explore two different concepts or entities which were present at the inception of creation. The first that you heard is the Word or Logos, and the second is the divine feminine figure of wisdom or Sophia. Now let's look at this divine feminine Sophia, this anthropomorphized vision of wisdom first. This comes from the Hebrew Scriptures, the book of Proverbs. Sophia is the Greek word for wisdom. So if any of y'all have Sophia in your names, if you know any Sophias, she is wise, right? The biblical narrative here clearly explores a feminine counterpart to a masculine concept of God. It says very clearly, beyond just what Robin read for us today, that Sophia was present with God at the beginning and helped create all that is. Now, I remember first reading this when I was a teenager. And I tried to kind of put this together with the creation accounts in Genesis, which just show kind of one divine figure. And not in a literal way, but more kind of this mysterious way with wonder and creation. But the whole thing just scrambled my brain. It was because I was thinking in a very linear way. A plus B equals C. But when our lives, when our spiritual journeys are infused with mystery, we understand how limiting linear thinking can be, how narrow it is, and how it limits our concepts of what is divine. there is a deep wisdom in how the divine is incarnate throughout all of creation and each creature. We might not always see this wisdom. It might not always make sense to us. Yet this feminine figure of wisdom, or Sophia, is incarnation itself. And we cannot connect with our own inner divine wisdom and with that divine spark within without acknowledging this. Sophia has gifted each one of us, every creature, with wisdom, that divine spark. Now, so that leads us to the second reading, which was the first that we heard today, from the Gospel of John, where the Word, says the Word, is present at creation. Now, the ancient Greek word for word is logos. I think a lot of us hear that word oftentimes. A lot of times it's translated simply as word, but it really means more than that. My 3 years of Hellenistic Greek taught me that, so that logos is not just a word, like we might say a word today, but it's also divine reason and wisdom. It's wisdom. So when the Gospel of John says the Logos was present at creation, divine wisdom, reason were present. Marcus Borg, priest and theologian, wrote these words which connect the two readings that we have for today. In the first chapter of John, what the author says about the word of the divine was said about Sophia in the Jewish tradition. Like the word, Sophia was present with the divine before creation. Just as the Word was with God and was God, so Sophia was also. And when John writes that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us as Jesus, he could just as well have said that Sophia became flesh and dwelt among us as Jesus. Jesus is wisdom, Sophia of God incarnate. Okay, so I know the message today has been a lot of heady stuff and talking about ancient concepts and what wisdom is and how that's incarnated within all of creation. So now I'm going to share a story. It's an old story. It's been around for a long time. And this is an example of how Sophia and wisdom is incarnate throughout all of creation. So there's an old story about a wise Christian abbot who ran a monastery, who was friends with a nearby equally wise Jewish rabbi. Now, this was in the old country, and times were always hard, and their communities were always struggling. The monastery was dwindling, and the abbot was concerned about his monks who were oftentimes fearful and anxious. So he went to his friend, the rabbi, and with his heart in his hands, he said, I don't know what to do. He also was fearful and anxious. And so his dear friend, the rabbi, comforted him and said, "There's something you need to know. We here in the Jewish community have known for a long time that the Messiah is one of you." "What?" said the Messiah. What said the abbot? "How could the Messiah be one of us? How can this be?" But the rabbi insisted it was so, and so the abbot went back to his monastery, wondering, but also comforted and excited. He would pass by one of the monks and wonder, is this the one? He would hear the voice of another and then turn and look intently at the face and wonder, perhaps this is he. Now, the abbot had always been kind. But he now began to treat every single one of his brothers in the monastery with profound kindness and awe, even deeper respect, reverence. Now, soon everyone noticed this change. And one of the brothers came up to him and said, "Abbot, what's changed? What's going on here?" And so the abbot decided to tell him this great mystery that the rabbi had shared. Now soon this other monk was looking at his own brothers differently, with deeper respect and wondering, is this the one? Word spread quickly into everyone in the monastery knew this mysterious secret. The Messiah is one of us. The monastery was suddenly full of life and love and grace, and the fear and anxiety were gone. Everything was alive and vibrant, and soon even the surrounding villagers began to notice this difference. They would come to the service, and some decided to join this community of monks. And after they took their vows, they too heard this mysterious secret. The Messiah is one of us. The monastery grew and expanded in wisdom and grace. And word is that you stumbled across this place where there is hope and joy. The secret is always the same. The Messiah is one of us. Incarnated wisdom filled that rabbi so many years ago. He knew a few words of wisdom and compassion, a few words of mystery and love would change how lives were lived and would transform his dear friend's entire community. The divine wisdom, Sophia, Logos, is present here among us, within each one of us, within every creature we encounter, within every tree, plant, little bug, everything we encounter. During these days, how can we take that wisdom into ourselves, truly believing and knowing that we are incarnate? How can we treat the world and all creation as if wisdom is also incarnated? Today we give thanks for this mystery. And let us continue to ask as we go forth in community, is this one we encounter the Messiah? May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
Thank you, Susan and Anne. Now let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. This month, we're sharing our offering plate with Rowan Helping Ministries. Rowan Helping Ministries' mission is to serve through cooperative community action their neighbors in Rowan County who are in crisis by providing essential life needs and educating and empowering them to break the cycle of crisis. We ask that you place your gift in the baskets as they make their way around the room, and you're always welcome to give online at puuc.org or by texting the number 73256. Today's offering will now gratefully be received.
We give thanks for these generous gifts from your hearts, which help us fulfill our mission to see the Messiah within each one of us and to encourage that divine light and spark so that the world might be changed for the better. I invite you to please rise and embody your spirit for our closing hymn found in our gray hymnals, number 231, Angels We've Heard on High. Before we extinguish our chalice, I offer thanks for all the many volunteers who help make our service possible each Sunday. So let us end as we do each Sunday, taking a moment to give thanks, either in our hearts or with words, for the things for which we're grateful today. Anne?
Thankful for Susan.
Thankful for Susan, wonderful gift of music. Yes.
Thankful for Anne.
Thankful for Anne, too. Yes, all of us are.
Thankful for all creatures we share the earth with.
All the creatures we share the earth with.
Thankful for the message today.
The message today. Thank you.
I'm thankful for our daughter Kate, who's here today, and us at one of our volunteers today.
Yes.
Thankful for my mom and dad. And for all of you, it's wonderful to be back.
So, Kate, it's great to have you back, too. We're thankful you're here. So.
I'm grateful for the inspiration of seeing the Messiah in each person.
Oh, grateful for thinking about seeing the Messiah within each person. Yeah.
I am grateful for seeing and hearing an Irish harp and being reminded that it is not just a symbol for Guinness beer.
Okay, for all of you people virtually, it's Frank who said this, is grateful for the Irish harp and that remembering it's not just a symbol for Guinness beer. So, I love that one.
But harp is like Guinness beer.
It is like Guinness beer. Yeah. Well, I'm thankful for this wonderful church family and for this time that we have gathered together this morning. We will now go forth, the incarnate light shining through and from each one of us. May it be so, blessed be. Amen. We now extinguish our chalice, but we carry its light, its warmth, and its meaning with us until we meet again. May we go in peace, believe in peace, create peace, wherever we may wander. May it be so. For our closing song, we make a circle, and you may hold hands if you would like to do so. If you would rather not, you may simply place your hands over your heart.